Samantha, dear, we really need to talk.
Oh, Jean, look, is this really important? Because I'm kind of busy at the moment.
Busy doing what? Filing your nails?
Huh?
As your mother-in-law, you need to listen to me when I talk to you. Whenever I have something to say, it's always important, okay?
What?
Ugh, you're so hopeless. In fact, that's what I need to talk to you about. You simply aren't doing what you should be doing in order to be the perfect housewife for my son. He deserves only the best. And frankly, you're just not giving him that.
Well, with all due respect, I'm not a housewife. I actually have a very important job that takes up a lot of my time and focus. Your son knew this when we first met, and it hasn't changed since then.
Well, that's just wrong then, isn't it? The man should be the one to earn the money. Once you married Zane, you should have resigned from your job so that you could take care of the house and any children that come along. That's your only job in life now, okay? Of course, I'll help you get adjusted to your new role. I know all of Zane's favorite things, so it only makes sense that I help out around the house and make sure that you're looking after my precious little boy properly.
Look, Jean, I don't want to be rude right now, but there is no way that this is ever happening. I'm not going to quit my job just to be a stay-at-home wife who does the cooking and cleaning. I've worked hard to build my business from the ground up. I'm not about to throw that all away simply because of your outdated and, in all honesty, sexist beliefs. In case you hadn't noticed, women aren't just baby-making maids anymore.
How dare you? I'll have you know that my son has told me everything about you and your so-called business. But the truth is that the company wouldn't have grown so much and started earning so much if it weren't for my Zane. Before you met him, you were floundering in debt, and the business was about to go under. It was my son's smarts and hard work that saved it from bankruptcy. So, actually, you're not needed at that place anymore. If anything, you're a liability that should leave to make the company better.
Okay, what are you on about? Where on earth have you come up with this notion that my company was failing and that I couldn't handle it? Are you seriously telling me that Zane said all of that to you?
Are you suggesting that my son is lying? He would never do that to me.
Yes, he would, because he has. My company and I were doing great long before I met Zane. And he hasn't done anything to grow the business. If anything, he's been more of a hindrance than a help. He's constantly getting in the way and interrupting important meetings. Half the time, I have to send him on a ridiculous errand just to keep him out of the way. The only reason I haven't fired him is because he's my husband.
That's not true. My Zane is the smart one, and you're the one who gets in the way. He's even got an appointment with a Mr. Dolph to talk about setting up a new company, expanding on the one you've already made.
He's what now?
Yeah, he was telling me all about he and Mr. Dolph were going to make their own company off of the back of your one and take it international. They'll make millions. So you definitely won't be needed anymore. The only reason I allowed Zane to marry you and put up with such a horrible daughter-in-law for so long was because I knew that my son could do something amazing if he was just given the chance. And he's finally been given that chance.
So, let me get this straight. You're telling me that your son, my husband, is going to try and steal my idea and claim it as his own, taking it international and then shoving me out as the competition?
Ha! You're getting scared now, aren't you? It's a good thing for me, though, because I'll be getting rid of you soon enough.
Oh, how so?
He's going to divorce you, duh! Then he'll find a nice, obedient wife who will stay home and look after the house and children like she should.
I think I need to have a chat with Zane to see what's really going on here.
Go ahead, but you won't be happy with what you discover.
Hey, Zane, are you free to talk?
Hey, sweetie. Of course I am for you. What's up?
Your mom just messaged me claiming a whole bunch of crazy things, and I just wanted to see if any of it was true.
What was she saying?
She was saying that I'm a horrible wife because I didn't quit my job when we got married to stay home to cook and clean and stuff. She said that my business was basically failing until you came along, and that you were the one who saved it and got it earning loads of money, which is obviously not true. Any of this rings a bell?
I'm sorry, Samantha. My mom can just be completely over the top sometimes. Basically, she can act a little crazy.
You're telling me. So none of those things are true then. You never said any of that, and she just made it all up in her head?
Well, maybe not entirely.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to make her proud of me. So, I might have said that I was the one who basically got your company up and going, and that maybe you should sign the company over to me as your husband, and you should stay at home more to look after any children we have.
You actually said all that?
Yeah. But you've seen her. When her mind is set on something, there's no stopping her until she gets what she wants. She was bugging me so much about making a name for myself that I simply told her I saved your company to stop her from bugging me so much.
How about instead of claiming that something is yours when it's very clearly not, you actually grow a spine and stand up for yourself? You're in your 30s, for God's sake.
That's easy for you to say. She's not your mom.
No, but she is my mother-in-law, which means I've got to deal with her as well. You know, that wasn't all she said to me. Want to know what else your mom told me?
What did she tell you?
Your mom told me that you and a Mr. Dolph were secretly taking all of my important data, company information, and trying to poach as many of my workers and clients as possible so that you could make your own company, which would be identical to mine, and take it international, with the plan to bully me out of the business once you've established your company.
She told you all of that? I told her that in confidence. There's no way that she should have said any of that to you.
So, it's true then? You actually are doing all of that? My own husband is trying to snake my company, which I built from the ground up through difficult times and with people telling me that I couldn't do it because I am a woman? Oh, and your mom didn't even say half of that. She just told me that you were having meetings with Mr. Dolph about starting your own company.
Wait, you mean you tricked me into admitting all of that?
Yep. I honestly don't know why your mom thinks you're so smart. It's really not true. Oh, and by the way, you're not the only one who wants a divorce.
My mom really doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut.
If you had more of a spine, you'd tell her that to her face. But hey, it's worked out for me. I've got to learn that not only is my husband a horrible, scheming, conniving, backstabbing, even little toad, but I was able to save my company from being stolen out from under me. I'll definitely be putting safety measures in place now so that that doesn't happen. Be sure to thank your mom for me. She's helped me out a lot.
You really think I'm just gonna sign those divorce papers and let you get away without paying me a single penny? Think again. Half of whatever you own is also mine. That's the great thing about getting married. The couple has to share whatever they have if they ever get divorced. Obviously, I don't really have a lot, so I'm definitely the one getting the most out of this deal. Oh well, sucks for you.
You know, usually that is the way things would have to go. You're right.
I know, it's gonna be a massive payday for me. I might not have been able to start up my own company, but having half of yours will be fine too. I'll even be able to get a wife that my mom will be happy with.
However, that's not how things are going to go for you.
Huh?
You do remember that before we got married, I had you sign a prenup, don't you?
What?
Figures you wouldn't remember. Yeah, I had you sign that in the event of a divorce. You had no claim over my company or any of my assets or money. You're going to get absolutely nothing from me.
Wait, you can't do that. This was my backup plan. If I can't have half of everything, then what am I gonna do?
I don't know, and I don't care. Oh, and if you hadn't already guessed, you're fired.
Hang on a moment. Look, I think things have just gotten a little out of hand here. I think we all just need to calm down, sit back, and have a proper chat about everything. We don't want to make any hasty decisions now, do we? I mean, as husband and wife, we really should try and talk our differences out first, don't you think?
No, I think I'm good, thanks. This has been enough talking for me. I found out everything I need to, and I finally see you for who you actually are, and I can't say I'm impressed at all. My attorney will send through the divorce papers. Once those are signed, you and your mom can get out of my life forever.
Samantha, please wait.
No, you've treated me horrible and I deserve so much more. I'm not going to listen to you again. Have fun breaking all this news to your mom. I'm sure she'll be so impressed with you. That was sarcasm, by the way. Goodbye, Zane. After that conversation, I contacted my lawyers and had them send through the divorce papers, along with the prenup document that Zane had signed when we first got married. Because of that document, I didn't have to pay him anything in the divorce. I also decided to take him and his friend Mr. Dolph to court over their scheme to steal my company. They were both found guilty of copyright theft and were forced to pay a hefty fine. Zane's mom definitely wasn't impressed by the situation that she and her son had landed themselves in. But she wasn't my problem anymore, so I don't really care. Sometimes you've got to cut the toxic people out of your life for good in order for it to be more fulfilling.